the following areas in New York, Brooklyn, southern Queens, and southern Nassau. Coastal flood advisory in effect from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. this evening. The National Weather Service in New York has issued a coastal flood advisory, which is in effect from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. this evening. Locations along the backshore bays of Brooklyn, Queens, and southern Nassau County. Tidal departures, 1/2 to 1 foot above astronomical tides. Timing, mid-evening. Impacts, flooding of the most vulnerable shore roads and/or basements. The majority of roads will remain passable with only isolated closures. Outlook, more widespread minor coastal flooding is likely with the Tuesday night high tide cycle. A coastal flood advisory indicates that onshore winds and tides will combine to generate flooding of low areas along the shore. For the following areas in New Jersey, Middlesex, western Monmouth, and eastern Monmouth. Coastal flood advisory in effect from 8 p.m. this evening to midnight tonight. The National Weather Service in Mount Holly has issued a coastal flood advisory, which is in effect from 8 p.m. this evening to midnight tonight. Location, the New Jersey side of Raritan Bay as well as the Atlantic Ocean facing counties in New Jersey and Delaware. Coastal flooding, minor tidal flooding is anticipated. Timing, high tide occurs on the ocean side and Raritan Bay between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. this evening and takes up to a few hours to work its way into the back bays. Impacts, roadways prone to tidal flooding should flood around the time of high tide tonight. A coastal flood advisory indicates that minor tidal flooding is anticipated. Minor tidal flooding often results in some road closures. Usually, the most vulnerable roadways will flood. Do not leave your vehicle at a location that is prone to tidal flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flood waters. The water may be deeper than you think it is. You will be putting yourself in danger, and your vehicle may be damaged, leading to costly repairs. For a list of the impact of different tide heights in your county, please go to www.erh.noaa.gov/phi/tides.htm all in lowercase. For the following areas in New Jersey, Hudson, eastern Essex, and eastern Union, and the following areas in New York, Manhattan, and Staten Island. Isolated minor flooding around high tide around mid-evening. Locations: New York Harbor and adjacent to backshore bays and kills. Tidal departures, around 1/2 foot above astronomical tides. Timing, mid-evening. Impacts, minor coastal flood thresholds will be reached at a few of the lowest lying locations along the shores of New York Harbor and immediate adjacent waterways. This will result in minor inundation of only these most vulnerable spots. Outlook, more widespread minor coastal flooding is possible with the Tuesday night high tide cycle. For the following areas in Connecticut, southern Fairfield, and southern New Haven, and the following areas in New York, southern Westchester, Bronx, northwest Suffolk, northern Queens, and northern Nassau. Isolated minor flooding around high tide around midnight tonight. Locations: western Long Island Sound from northwestern Suffolk County to New Haven County. Tidal departures, around 1/2 foot above astronomical tides. Timing, late this evening. Impacts, minor coastal flood thresholds will be reached at a few of the lowest lying locations along the shores of western Long Island Sound. This will result in minor inundation of only these most vulnerable spots. Outlook, more widespread minor coastal flooding is possible with the Tuesday night high tide cycle. Here is the latest weather map discussion.